Hey guys, this is just a weekly market overview. I apologize I haven't done one in a few weeks or so I hope you guys know that I'm bringing them back. So this week, had a few trades that were worth looking at. So we'll just do about a 10-15 minute overview. I know it's been missed. A lot of, like, at least half of the subscribers are just here for the investing stuff, so I hope to give you some insight on the markets. So I do work in the field, like, part-time. I was working more, but I've kind of scaled back and moved towards school, so I'm still doing some little bit of work here and there for this broker called Top One. So there is a lot going on, and I'm not getting paid to post too much, so I'm just doing a few posts a week now. Before I was doing 5, now I'm just doing maybe 1 or 2. So there was a Ethereum trade. So I believe these people are in Hong Kong, so it's a day ahead. So on July the 24th, I guess, in the Canadian US time. So I just noted that Ethereum was falling heavy. Fell down to lows of 14.18. I was looking at a possible day trade back to the 1500 area. That might have been too greedy, honestly. It did go up. I did mention some of the ways that I kind of look at the market. So yeah, I was watching the 4 hour there, and then I noted, so we'll just go over that. So that was with Ethereum, yeah. That was here. I think I was a bit early. So I was looking at the kind of the dump down to lows. I have like a bunch of different charts. This is just a play chart. I have like all kinds of different charts. So I was just kind of noticing that the RSI was getting quite oversold. There was some heavy sell-off. I was trying to get down here, kind of maybe get a little bit back up there. So there was a good trade with Ethereum. I will go over maybe what to look for this week, so hopefully that will help you guys more too. So my moving average on, I just do it mostly with Forex, but I kind of see how far it drips away from the moving average to see if there's any potential that there could be a possible retracement. So we did get a dump. There was a move back up, and then I noted about a short. It did go short a little bit. I was thinking maybe back down to 15, but I noted that was too greedy. So there was some profit on the short. Honestly, my trend indicator wasn't even giving a short for the 4 hour. That's that green line and the red line. I think that's just a trend indicator built into TradingView, so you guys can check it out if you guys want. I just started looking at it. It's my own custom settings though, like my own numbers. So yeah, I wasn't getting any. So I got some different signals. I got like signals that I created. I'm kind of looking at some. I looked at some signals other people created, and then just my standard technical analysis: MACD, RSI, my moving averages, calendar Bollinger Bands. That's about it. Stochastics I don't really use too much. I'm mostly just with MACDs. I got like 6 of them. Honestly, I'm just using about 3 of them. I check the other 3, but I don't even have that much space. I don't have the premium account, so I'm kind of just all over the place. But anyways, there was a sellback there. I noted it here. So a few days later, I noted that there was some potential bearish day trades: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the pound US dollar. So this week, was this on Friday or Thursday? It was either, I think it was maybe Friday, maybe Thursday. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the pound sterling, they rose heavily against the US dollar. This was after the rate hike, which was expected. I believe if it was more than expected, the US dollar would have been more bullish. It was expected, so the alternate currencies rose, everything mostly against the US dollar. So Bitcoin rose to highs 23K, Ethereum rose to 1640, past that over the last few days, slightly. The pound rose up to 121.856. So the US Fed interest rate decision, so if you guys don't know about that, that was expected. So you can, to find that data, you can go on the, if you guys don't know where to find that data, you can go on the investing.com/economic calendar. That's a pretty good one. Other people use like FX Street or something, maybe FX, Forex Factory, other you can get them other places, but that one's pretty good, the investing1.com. I haven't seen a better one. So what was expected, it was a rate hike from the last one, so they're still hiking. Perhaps that would mean that the stock market still is kind of gonna be slow, not gonna be moving too fast right now. No bullish, no like super bullish. No super bullishness right now, but you might be able to get some good deals. For example, like Facebook and stuff. Maybe some of the weed stocks still haven't really taken off. More of the tech stocks have kind of seen more of a jump. I'm sure the weed stocks go up eventually, but right now nothing's really going up. Tech a little bit, so we'll get into that. But mostly I just kind of stick to the futures market. Some stocks, mostly like the contracts for different stuff, the indexes, the currencies, crypto. So I just stick with that right now. So we'll get into that too. So we'll look at those trades. So what happened? So that was for Ethereum. Sorry about that. So we have Ethereum. We had these short. I was thinking I was probably like around there maybe. So it was a little bit of profit. There was some profit there. The trend indicator was still showing green for the 4 hour, and it still has. The trend indicator did change to red earlier on. My MACDs did catch that. Some of my faster MACDs around the same time. So there has been some sell. I'm pretty sure that 4 hour will change to, I mean, maybe not, but it's possible because that's quite a long run we've had since the other day. That could be like start to sell off. If that turns red, if that gets back down there, it'll give a sell signal when it gets below that red line and the line turns red. Whether it flashes green or red, I haven't really tested it too much. I'm just checking it out. If it stays one color for the whole candle, that would be more efficient. If it flashes green and red more than once in the same candle, that's not very efficient. So if it does that, I'm gonna chuck those out. So let's look at the pound actually, and then actually we'll look at the USD JPY, because I did mention USD JPY had some bullish targets, so those were everything had profit here. Just it was too greedy, the targets. So next time, if you guys follow my top 1 calls, which you guys can, because that's when I kind of post them before they happen, then pretty much you guys can get those real time by just following my page on Top 1 in the community. So I'll post a link to Top 1 and we'll talk about that after. So actually let's just talk about the pound first. So the trade was like here, Sorry, this Firefox browser isn't the greatest. So it was like somewhere around here, you know, we kept pushing up to this level. The 4-hour trend signal didn't change yet until here. But there, pretty much this huge red was the profit. Pretty sure on the lower time frames there was some kind of signals, but we were pushing high up into the volatility bands at the time before it changed. So that was the trade. And I guess it did fall more. USD JPY had the same idea. We kind of so it was like around here. No, where was it? I think it was even. No, was it here? What level was that? No, it was up here. So I think the trade was around here. So on the 27th, and it was like pushing down to like 190, maybe went a little bit lower, and then it came up to like 7/8 almost. So it was pretty good. Then it dumped pretty quick. Obviously, this is just a 4-hour, so there was some more pressure. You can see that the SMA, is that thing hidden completely? Let me try to change it. Actually, no, where is it? Values? Okay, never mind. So let's just say that you can see that yellow line there kind of dipping there. It's quite high, right? It's like all the way up there. So that was showing like some strong potential move back to the upside. So on the daily, it's kind of more, it's better before the close. So if you're well in before the close and it's quite far away, it kind of works like a VWAP in that sense. But basically it was now it's closed quite far away, so that could still dump, but maybe not because the volatility is quite low. So we may be looking for some more longs on that soon, so we'll talk about it during the week if you guys want to check my top one. We didn't go over Bitcoin, so Bitcoin was pretty much the same thing as Ethereum. It was like here, and then I said maybe 22, but that was too much, so we only got about to 22.5 something. So again, the profit was too greedy. We have a red signal right now. Oh yeah, it's running right real time. It's open right now. So the 4-hour did change over to red, which was a pretty good signal. But if it goes above and it still stays red, that would be good. But if it goes above and changes green, that wouldn't be very good. I'm still testing these, so if it works out, I'll let you guys know. So let's just I'll just show you the Ethereum. It hasn't changed over yet. If it does, I'll be watching it. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of watching that because I just started using these like today, or like last couple days, but I changed the settings. So it uses the ATR, average true range. If it flashes green, then that would be no good, because if it just spikes up and just changes, that would be crappy. That's just any other crappy indicator, pretty much. But I'll keep you guys posted. So what to look? Actually, we'll just go over the equities, the futures. So the stock market had a sell here. Yeah, I was looking at that. It was a couple hundred points. The Nasdaq 100. And where's the SPX? Yeah, the SPX, yeah, that's coming up quite high, as you can see. So we might be able to see some selling this week on Monday. I don't have you need for the moving averages. The way I look at it, you need to know the ranges. Like, you need to create a range that works. It's saying 41.01. like for me, I have a range for Forex, which is like, I'd say like, you know, like at least like a good amount, a few cents or something like that. But for these, I don't really have any good ranges. So yeah, so we'll be watching for a sell this week on the SPX. Potentially move up a little bit higher, and then, or just kind of dump, see we got support down there. So I would be watching your MACDs for that. Check your RSI too. MACD for entry signals would be great. So what are we looking at this week? Well, we got, that's kind of mid-range. We got JPY quite low on the daily. We saw that. I just look at the main pairs, to be honest. Maybe the Swiss falling a little bit low soon. Australia is pretty much mid-range. Sorry, the Aussies mid-range, the Kiwis mid-range too. Not seeing too much, so keeping an eye on JPY this week. Pretty much waiting for, maybe see if that Bitcoin sells will continue on the 4-hour continuation signals. Oh yeah, so that already started. I mean Ethereum. Maybe get another back down there. How's the daily looking? Still kind of mid-range. You know, maybe we could come back down there. Weekly. Was weekly low? Weekly was a bit low, but we haven't seen the monthly turnover yet completely. That was, you know, I guess that was a pretty good buy that down there. So we could see maybe come back up and then maybe come back down. So right now I'm just looking at the 4-hour 1 day. I don't have my monthly setup on that, so we'll do that next week. We'll go for the monthly setups. The monthly scope right now, we'll just be looking at kind of what's going on this week. Oil's pretty much mid-range right now. Nothing. Gold was coming up high. It was coming up high, but any sells yet? There was some sells, but it hasn't been moving too great. Like it, little bit, maybe about 70 points or so. I prefer to stick to the Forex pairs and the crypto instead. Not much of a gold person, to be honest. That's about it. So we'll be watching USD JPY this week. How's the stocks doing? Again, I don't have my monthly setup on here. We did have a spike up. Facebook did spike up. Almost 190 from 150, so that was quite a big move. I think we could come back up. Yeah, for sure. The weekly and monthly were definitely very low. So I think, yeah, we definitely could get back up there over time. Same with most equities, like cannabis, same thing. Oil may be running high. But we're just going to focus on the futures, because stocks are kind of slow, especially with the interest rates. Once the interest rates start going down, then we probably see equities take off more. At this point, it's just kind of like, it's very slow. If you know, with the interest rates, the inflation, they're trying to curb inflation. So once that interest rates start going back down, that would definitely help equities. Yeah, so we'll be watching for we'll be watching for possibly continued, or at least, you know, some 4 hours trades for Ethereum. Shorts, continued shorts. Definitely USD JPY, I'll be watching that this week. Not everything else is mid-range. So yeah, if you want to see more videos about market analysis and stuff, so you guys can subscribe and like the channel if you want, and coding videos, of course, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.